Remington. I'm going to be walking you through the session today. Before we begin, I have some information for you, and I'm going to read it to make sure that I cover everything. You probably already have a good idea of why we asked you here, but let me go over it again briefly. We're asking people to try using a website that we're working on so we can see whether it works as intended. The session should take about an hour. The first thing I want you to make clear right away is that we're testing the site, not testing you. You can't do anything wrong here. In fact, this is probably the one place where you don't have to worry about any mistakes today. As you use the site, I'm going to ask you as much as possible to try to think out loud. Say what you're looking at, what you're trying to do, and what you're thinking. This will be a huge help to us. Also, please don't worry that you're going to hurt our feelings. We're doing this to improve the site, so we need to hear your honest reactions. If you have any questions as we go along, just ask them. I may not be able to answer them right away since we're interested in how people do when they don't have someone sitting next to them to help. But if you still have any questions when we're done, I'll try to answer them then. And if you need to take a break at any point, just let me know. You may have noticed a microphone. With your permission, we're going to record what happens on the screen in our conversation. The recording will only be used to help us figure out how to improve the site, and it won't be seen by anyone except the people working on this project. And it helps me because I don't have to take as many notes. Also, there are a few people from the web design team observing this session in another room. They can't see us, just the screen. If you would, I'm going to ask you to sign a simple permission form for us. It says that we have your permission to record you, and the recording will only be seen by the people working on the project. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Do you have any questions so far?
No, I don't.
Okay. So before we look at the site, I'd like to ask you just a few quick questions from
All
me.
right.
First, what's your occupation?
I'm just a student right now.
Okay. And is there anything else? What do you do all day?
I like to study, and that's about it.
Okay. No problem. And just a ballpark estimate here. How many hours a week altogether would you say you spend on the internet, including web browsing, email, things like that?
10.
About 10 hours a week.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the split between email and web browsing?
Web browsing is probably 75% of the time. Email, it's about 25.
And what kind of websites are you looking at when you browse the web?
I like to read news articles, so like CNN or USA Today. I read a lot of sports, so ESPN mostly, and LDS.org.
Okay, so you're a little bit of sports junkie.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Okay, a little church junkie. I get you. Do you have any favorite websites of all those?
Probably ESPN.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, we're done with the questions. We can start looking at things. Actually, I have one more question.
All right.
What is the split you use between mobile web browsing and web browsing on a laptop or a desktop computer?
I probably use mobile browsing a little bit more. I would prefer to use laptop and desktop browsing because it's easier, but usually I'm on the go and not as close to a computer, so I usually probably about 60 or 65% of the time use my phone to browse.
Okay, and what makes using a laptop or a desktop easier for you?
Screen's bigger, and a lot of times the format isn't right for mobile browsing. So when you try to view a website on your phone, it looks different and it's hard to navigate.
Okay, I can definitely understand that. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we're going to go and end up just going right now to look at our page and tell me what you make of it. What strikes you about it? What things stand out? Whose site do you think it is? What can you do here and what it's for? Just look around, do a little narrative. Just speak out loud for us if you would. Think out loud.
All right. Well, it says Papa John's really big on the top. There's a place you can sign in, and there's somewhere to order. It looks like they're doing a promotion for football right now. I like the pictures of the pizzas. It makes me want to get a pizza. I need a pizza. That's what I noticed when I'm first looking.
You can scroll right now. Please don't click anything, but you feel free to scroll around. You may notice some items, some different things
It
on
looks
the page.
like they have cinnamon pull-aparts that look pretty good. You can create a pizza. Looks like they have a lot to do with football and baseball. They support sports. And 2 topping pizzas for $6.99 each. That seems pretty good. I don't use Apple TV, but it says it's on Apple TV, which would be convenient for those with Apple TV. And it looks like it can open a franchise or look into opening a franchise, which is kind of interesting.
Neat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Now I'm going to ask you to try to do some specific tasks. I'm going to read each one out loud and give you a printed copy of the task.
All right.
I'm also going to ask you to do these tasks without using search.
Okay.
We'll learn a lot more about how well the site works that way. And again, as much as possible, if you will, please think out loud as you're going along.
Okay.
So here's the first scenario. I'd like you to order a pizza. All right, and here it is right here. Let me read you the full scenario. You're going to order a pizza choosing a carryout using the 84602 zip code. You're going to create a custom pizza with 3 ingredients, and then just go to the checkout.
All right. So I see start your order up here pretty big on the home screen. So I'm going to go there. Delivery address. Carry out. Find carry out locations. So 84602.
Yes.
Submit. Looks like there's one about half a mile away. So I'm going to press order carry out. 3 toppings, so I think I would do create your own. So I'm going to go to order now. Did the size matter?
The size does not matter.
All right. I like original crust. Normal cut sounds good. Normal bake. So I'm going to go to the cheese and the sauce. I'm going to get original sauce. And let's see if I did light sauce. It's pretty easy. There's no place to add extra cheese, it looks like. Not right here. There's a place to add extra sauce, but no extra cheese, which is interesting. I like cheese, so I might want to add extra cheese. So I'm going to go to the toppings now. Going to get some Canadian bacon and veggies. It's always kind of weird to me that fruits are in the veggies tab. I don't know. I never know if that's where I'm supposed to find them, but it looks like pineapple is there. I really like pineapple. So there's 2 toppings. Cheeses, that's where you add extra cheese. I think it would be better to add it before that. And I'm going to get some sausage. So I'm going to add that to my cart. Okay, so I have my 3 topping pizza, and I think I'm ready to order. Should I go ahead and order?
All right, let's stop right there.
Okay.
All right, that's the first task, and I really appreciate how much help you've given us so far. What we're going to have you do is return and change the size or the toppings, and then go back to the checkout.
All right. So I'm in my cart. Looks like I can go to edit to change it maybe. So I need to change it to 2 toppings. Is that right? So it looks like I have to go through the whole process again. Maybe I'd like to see a summary of what I ordered so that I could just change it there instead of having to go through the whole order process again. So I'm going to get rid of the sausage here. So I was supposed to change the toppings and anything else?
Nope, that's it, and you can just return to the checkout.
Okay, so we'll go back to add to cart. And I'll go to checkout.
All right. And then just go ahead and stop right there where it's asking for payment. Okay, and real quick here. What I'm going to do is just, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'm going to go see if the people on the team have any follow-up questions they'd like
Okay.
me to ask you, okay? The first question is, what specific items or tasks were difficult or uncomfortable for you?
I think it was pretty easy. I wasn't looking to order extra cheese, but I think if I was, it would have been hard because there was a place that just said how much cheese do you want, and it had normal cheese, light cheese, or no cheese, but you couldn't add extra cheese there, and you had to go to a different part to add extra cheese. So that would have been a little bit hard, and that was really the only thing. Everything else seemed pretty easy to follow and go through.
Okay. What would bring you back to this site, for example, as opposed to another site? What features did you like that you would use again?
Um, it seemed pretty similar to most other pizza sites. Maybe if they had some more deals or places that you could see different discounts, that would be good. And on the front page, there was a good picture of the pizza, but after that, I don't recall seeing any particularly enticing pictures. So maybe just add some more pictures of what I was ordering.
Okay. And was there anything you didn't understand or any questions that you have about our site?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you so much. Just remember at this point, we will send you, we have a little incentive for you for participating.
Thank
And we'll
you.
be sending that to you